Hello students, this is Ron Denault, and this week we begin working in Chapter 5, which covers loops and the advantages of using loops in a program. So I thought I would go over the GuessNumber program with you and show you the solution to this program so that it would help you with the assignments you'll be doing in Chapter 5 this week and next week. So what this program does is it generates a random number between 1 and 10, including 1 and 10, and then it allows the user to try and guess the number in as few tries as possible. So this program has 4 variables, 2 integers and 2 strings. This is the code that randomizes a number. This is the code that randomizes a number in Visual Basic. And then we have an input box right here, okay, that asks the user if he wants to guess a number. And the user's options are to type in Y or to type in N. Y if he wants to, and N if he does not want to. So what we need to do here is we need to validate that user input so that it tells them that if they didn't enter a Y or an N, that they need to do so. So let's type what we need to type here. We're going to create a do while loop for that. So do while, keep going, is less than or greater than Y, which means it's not Y. So if it's less than or greater than Y, it's not Y. And keep going is less than or greater than N. In other words, the user didn't type in Y or N. So I'm going to indent in again here and type keep going is equal to, we're going to put an input box here. You've seen this before. And then open parentheses, and we want the input box to say invalid response. Okay, period. And then we're going to put plus and another quote. Please type Y, Y or N, period. Close quote, close parenthesis. And then we're going to close the loop. Okay? So this will let the user know that they didn't type a Y or an N and they need to do so. Okay? So now let's go down the program a little bit. So what's happening now is it's saying another do while statement here. And you're going to do this while the user entered Y, okay? And it's going to say, it's going to use the variable string number and create another input box that's saying, I'm thinking of a number. Try to guess by entering a number between 1 and 10. Okay? And then because user input is a string, we need to convert it to an integer. That's what's done on that line right there. So now we need to validate that the user did in fact type a number between 1 and 10, including 1 and 10. So let's do that by creating another do while loop. Do while, user number is less than 1. In other words, they typed a number that's less than 1, or user number is greater than 10. Okay, these two conditions would mean that they didn't type in a valid number. Okay, so now we're going to finish the loop by typing in, okay, string number is equal to input box, and we've seen this before, input box number must be in the range of 1 to 10, colon, please try again, colon, close quote, close parenthesis, and then of course user input is a string, so we have to convert it. User number equals, and you've also seen this many times, convert dot to int 32 and string number. Close parenthesis, and then we have to close the loop. Okay? So then the program goes on with an if-else statement. It says, if the user number equals the number, in other words, the user input was the correct number, then we don't need to keep going, and we'll output "you're a genius." That's correct. The other condition would be if they did not input the correct number, and that would create an input box that would say that's not correct. Do you want to guess again? Enter Y or N. Okay, now we need to create the validation of whether or not they entered the number. Whether or not they entered Y or N again. Now, since I've already created this do while loop up here, I'm just going to copy and paste the code. No sense in typing it all over again. It's the same exact code because we want to know if they in fact entered a Y or an N in this condition. So we'll paste that here. Okay, then of course we have to close the if statement because we created, the program created an if statement, and it ends right here. And we also have to end the original loop, which is this loop right here. Okay, so what we have here is we have two do-while loops within a do-while loop. This one and this one are contained within this one. And this one ends down here. Then of course we end the sub and we end the module. So let's try the program. File. I'm going to, first I have to make sure I don't have that program anywhere, and I do have it in here. That was created a long time ago. So I'm going to delete it from the folder, and I'm going to go back to my program, and I'm going to save it again. File, save as, and I have to save as type all files, and I'm going to call it GuessNumber.vb, and save it. Now I'm going to go back to, I have to change my directory here, hang on, to my VB directory because that's where I put it. So it's in my VB directory, so now I'm going to run it, VBC, Visual Basic Console, GuessNumber.vb, and hit enter. Everything seems to be fine. Guess number, and do I want to guess it? I'm going to put T and hit enter, and it says invalid response. You must type Y or N, so I'll type Y. I'm thinking of a number, try to guess a number between 1 and 5. I'll type the number 5 and hit enter. That's not correct. Do you want to guess again? Yes. Okay, I'm thinking a number between 1 and 10. How about 4? That's not correct. Yes, I want to try again. Let's hope I can get it right sometime. 6, not correct. Yes. How about 7? That's not correct. How about 8? How about 1? How about 2? How about 3? There we go. 3 was the correct. So it took me a while, but I finally got it. So that's how the program works, and that should help you with the looping and the advantages of using loops in a program. Thanks for watching.